For the barbell exercise, we're going to do a rack pull. What Daniel's going to do is he's going to keep his chest up, strong back muscles, and all he's going to do is he's going to squeeze his glutes, pushing his hips through, and then lowering back down in a controlled manner. He's going to repeat this exercise as needed. This will actually help with his deadlift. It'll help strengthen both, or all three, the Gluteus Maximus, Minimus, and Medius, which is a great exercise. If you go to a gym with an angled leg press, this can be a great exercise to help target your glutes. Ours isn't angled, the angled ones kind of sit upright. Typically it's plate loaded, but we're going to make it do here. I'm going to have Daniel sit up tall, he's going to place his feet up, and we're going to place them up high so his toes are above his knees. To find out if you are close enough, far enough away, I want you to check your hips. Daniel, do you feel uncomfortable in your hips? Do you feel kind of tight?
I'm tight.
Okay. What he's going to do is he's going to drive through his heels, he's going to push the weight away, making sure that his knees don't fully lock out, that they do straighten, and he's going to return back. We want the feet in a higher up position, that way there's going to be more extension at the hip as he presses, which can get the glutes involved. Control the weight.
See?
To target your glutes using a cable machine, let's do something called it's basically a hip extension. It can be called a donkey kick, it can be called a few different things. What you want to do is you want to grab the ankle attachment, wrap around your ankle, attach it to a low system, choose a weight that's comfortable for you, stand up tall, and you're going to raise this foot off the ground and then extend from the hip, squeezing the glutes, trying not to arch the lower back, abs are engaged, and then kick back, and come back down without putting the foot down, and repeat. Using a dumbbell, we're going to do a single leg stand up to really target your glutes. Daniel's going to hold the weight in the arm that's not the opposite arm of the leg that's posted up. So go ahead and grab your dumbbell. That confused me. I know, it confused me too when I said it. If your left leg is on the bench, the weight's in your right arm. If your right leg's on the bench, the weight's in your left arm. Simple. Cool. As Daniel drives up, he wants to make sure there's not too much forward knee movement here, so he's not going to try to lean into it and activate the quads. We really want to extend the hips, so he's actually driving into the bench and down behind it to target the glutes. Drive up, and then back down to the ground. If Daniel really wanted to challenge the glutes, he could actually let that back leg hang off, but Daniel's really strong. No, he's going to do it. All right, do it. And back down. Leaving that back leg off is going to fire up the smaller glute muscles that we talked about. Enjoy this exercise. Great exercise using a resistance band for your glutes. We have a 3-part walking, moving series. We have what's called the monster walk. What Daniel's going to do is the band's located around his ankles. He's going to bring his feet just outside of hips, so that way there's some tension on the band, and he's going to walk normally with that tension. He's not going to let his legs come in and out. He's going to keep that tension for an isometric contraction of the glutes. Keep your feet wide, 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 wide. There you go. Keep that tension. And he's going to turn around. He can mix it up and do a skating exercise where he actually brings one foot in and out. So now one. You know, for something called a monster walk, I thought you were going to growl. Our viewers are disappointed. And last but not least, he's going to do an abduction walk. So he's actually going to turn to face you for this one. And he's going to start walking sideways, leading with his heel to make sure the tension stays on the glutes. After he goes a certain distance, he's going to reverse, facing the same direction, so that way we target the other leg, the other side. Make sure there's no imbalances. These 3 exercises are very good for you. Give them a shot. They do burn. Don't worry, trust us on that one. Switching focus from the Gluteus Maximus to the Minimus and the Medius, what Dana's going to do is he's going to cross one leg over. And now he's in a single leg position, so those smaller muscles really have to engage as he lifts up and lowers back down. Again, he can repeat this exercise to help build some strength in the muscle, or he can hold it at the top for that isometric contraction, that hold, that'll help build some endurance up. Again, Dana's a big, strong guy, but even something as small as this starts to bother him after a while, so it's definitely something that you can work on too. In order to stretch out our glutes, we're going to perform what's actually known as a piriformis stretch. The piriformis stretch is a smaller muscle that runs around the same position as our glutes, but it also helps stretch out our glutes, so that's why we're going to do it. I want you to sit up tall, crisscross one leg over, and sit up tall. You may initially feel a stretch here, and that's great. Hold this position until it gets easier and you don't feel a stretch anymore. If you get to this position and it's too easy, check a few things. Make sure that this knee is not up high Make sure that you're not leaning into it, make sure that you're not turning into it. You want to make sure that there's angles proper and that you're actually feeling the stretch in the right spot, which should be in this hip. If it is still too easy or you don't feel stretch out, I want you to lie on your back. Take one hand through the hole to grab the hamstring of the bent leg and the other. And then you're going to lift this leg up so that way it's driving towards your chest. A lot of times people let this leg flop. I find that there's a better stretch if I keep my leg angled up, driving towards my chest. This is a stretch that I'll hold, and then I'll repeat on the other side to make sure there's no imbalance.